So for this next problem, we're going to be asked to remember what the relationship is between percentile and regression. So in this case, they said we're comparing blood pressure and cholesterol, and suppose that both blood pressure and cholesterol levels of adult women can be described with normal models, and the correlation between the two variables is 0.6. So we know that R is equal to 0.6. If a woman's blood pressure places her in the 88th percentile, what percentile would you predict the cholesterol to be? So what we want to do is we're going to compare the two by using, first of all, we want to say regression to the mean predicts that the Z of the cholesterol will be R times as far from zero as Z of the blood pressure was. So I could say that. I could say regression to the mean predicts that the Z-score for the cholesterol will be R times just 0.6 as far from zero as the Z-score for blood pressure was. All right, so we know our Z-score for cholesterol is equal to 0.6. And so our Z-score for blood pressure is going to be equal to 0.6 times our Z-score at the 88th percentile. So how do we get that? So to find the Z-score at the 88th percentile, it's going to come out to be 1.175. And how did I get that? I'm going to do the inverse normal for 0.88, 0, 1. So if you do that on your calculator, you're going to get 1.175. And that, if we multiply that, that comes out to be 0.705. So that is our Z-score. But the question's asking us, what percentile is that? So we're going to have to work backwards again. And we're going to have to ask ourselves, at 0.705, what percentile are we at? So how do we do that? We'll think about it. At 0.705, what's our percentile? So we're basically just going to use the normal CDF. Okay, so this is going to be normal CDF from 0 up to, well, actually, we want to go from negative infinity, so that should be like, let's say, negative 99, all the way up to 0.705, and the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. And if I plug all that in, I'm going to get somewhere around the 76th percentile. So let's do all this. First, I'll show you the inverse normal. Sorry about this, different calculator. So second vars, if I did the inverse normal for the 88th percentile, that's where I got the 1.174. And then if I do the normal CDF from, let's say, negative infinity up to 0.705, which is what I got for my Z-score. And then my mean was 0, and my standard deviation is 1. I end up with 0.759, which is basically which would be the 76th percentile, which is what the question asks you. At what percentile would you predict a cholesterol level to be? I assume you probably have questions on that. See you in office hours.